Alright, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let me tell you what happened yesterday evening and last night and this morning. I've been having an emergency medical issue with my stomach. Now, this has not been the first time, this is multiple times since surgery I've been having difficulties. And I've been reporting vomit, like the green bile that throws up when I'm just randomly like something want to throw or might you reject what's in my stomach. Keep this in mind. I barely ate anything last night because of that. And this morning I threw up, or I should say reject some green bile. It's called green bile, bile. It's a very rejective in your stomach, and it's not very good sign. So, and I was told to, you know, because everyone thought I was a smoker. I'm like, nope, not a smoker at all. They're like, okay, so how the, yeah, I don't know. They said, are you smoking? Are you like, nope, I don't smoke cigarettes. Why everyone assumes that black African Americans all the time smoke cigarettes? And then when they ask you again, because this is how they ask you again. When they say, are you sure you don't smoke cigarettes? Like, oh, so you calling me a liar. Okay, great. Now I know what kind of physician you are. Don't fuck with me. Yeah, I've been having issues since surgery, and like it's been every other like day. I throw up in the morning, and then nighttime I do the exact same thing. So, if anyone was concerned why what was happening last night, yeah, I was going through some difficulties. Had to go to the ER real quick. Had to pay a visit to the doctor. So, didn't get much sleep. So, I'm out here on a nice Saturday morning before I gotta go to work. Yeah, that's fucked up, right? Gotta go to work. Yeah, my days never ended. So I called my roommate, let her know where I was, because I don't think she really cares. She's a party animal, apparently. So, yeah. But just let her know, because I hope she fed her cat. Because she has a habit of, like, forgetting to feed her cat. I'm starting to notice that. So, it's not my cat, but I feel bad for the cat, you know? Besides, it's a good cat. He's not a troublemaker cat. You got those. You got those cats that are like, don't touch me unless I say so. But anyway, folks, out here at the dock, having a moment, cause I don't know what to do with them with. I'm not sure I should like stop working or just get another opinion, a doctor's opinion. I feel like a doctor now. I don't know. He's not my doctor. See, my regular doctor that I used to be talking to transferred me over to this other guy just for updates because, doctors have other patients, right? So, I don't know. Just taking a moment to think about my life real quick. Because when I die, ain't nobody can say that I owe them or they can accuse me of a crime. Because if you do accuse me of a crime after I'm dead, then that means you're a coward. You're making claims that I can't defend myself after my death? Yeah, you're a little bitch. Why can't you do that when I was alive? By the way, when I'm using the joystick to pan, I gotta practice with this gimbal, you know what I mean? So I figure since I'm having stomach problems, and I gotta go to work later on this morning, I'd rather just play around with this gimbal since it's been a while. And we have a new setup here. Ooh, look at that slow pan. Yeah, I'm using the joystick. I gotta get used to this. It's been a while. But yeah, I am using my Maven Filter 3 stop. I am controlling everything manually. Yeah, I am actually playing with the settings and calibrating this so it can pan smooth. Now, if I push it this way, it goes faster. See, the joystick is a little bit sensitive. That's what I like it. So that's how I like it. I like it sensitive, so I can just tap it and just do like a subtle pan like that. You see that subtle pan? That is sick skills, friend. Oh my goodness. It's been a while with this gimbal, everyone. So did you just see that? So what you just saw on the corner of the screen is actually the stabilization that's stabilizing the lens. Because I actually have stabilization on this app. This is actually this live stream app. Like I've been oh my goodness, man. I've been pronouncing the name quite often wrong and off and on here and there. It's Prism. This is the Prism app. It's very good for broadcasting. Yeah, you got your shutter speed controls, you got your bit rate controls, color balance. Yeah, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. Let me show you this stuff. Let me show you what I can do in live. All right. Yeah, you got focus mode, which you can do autofocus or manual focus. Depends on what you want. Now, I can change the ISO. I can go all the way down. See, that's the lowest I can go is 15 manually. And my exposure right now, I can bring this down a little bit. And then white balance I can play with, and color spectrum I can play with. So yeah, when you want to do a live broadcast, you want smooth video. Because people believe like the YouTube app is just the best. I'm like, bullshit. That thing is trash. It is trash. Everybody, if you are using a YouTube app to live stream in 2026, you are, yeah, you are an amateur, because that's not the best app. Because you're just wasting a broadcast, not pushing out the quality that your phone could push out. Your phone could do way better than what YouTube says. But anyway, guys, this one is about me, man, because I'm having some difficulties throwing up again. And this, mind you, I've been throwing up every other week. Last week I threw up maybe like twice, but this week it's been rapid. So, and that's because I've been a little bit stressed out about a lot of financial things going on in my life. Then, ooh, did I just tilt? Yeah, I did. Ooh, yep. I forgot about this tilt. Ooh, vortex tilt. Ooh, see? YouTube, you can't do that. I'm on the gimbal, baby. Yeah, I can do that on the gimbal. This thing is pretty accurate, too. It's like the vortex feature on this gimbal, yeah. It's pretty cool. But anyway, because, you know, I've been discussing some stuff with my ex and some friends that are not in the States. And they are in Japan right now. So I'm saying, yeah, man, Panda, you should try to come back to Japan, bro. I'm like, it seems like I need to. My black ass need to go somewhere because New York is not my home anymore. It seems like everyone wants to do what they want. They don't give a fuck about the laws. People don't care about each other. They claim they do, but they don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't argue every fucking day about what people do on the fucking subway. And then, not only that, you would understand that this is a one consent state. How dare you say, sir, don't record me? Like, you're on a public sidewalk, in a public park, in a public place, and I only understand it's a private building, which we have these laws in here in New York City. You know, it tells you private building means no recording. Duh, right? But people do try to do it anyway, just to be smart asses. Just these auditors. That's what they are. They try to be smart to see if these security personnel know the laws, but half of them don't know the laws. So basically, you're just playing an easy game right there, because not all of them are thinking that they need to study the law. They have a job to do. They don't need to study the manual of the job that's retired to them. And that's the problem with the people in New York today. Today, people don't want to read. It's like going into Starbucks and someone says, hey, can I get the code to the bathroom? You'd be like, yes, it is 15477. You tell the person that, but they go to the wrong door. They go to the door that says employees only. With the big ass letters in the front of it with black. It's just that reason why I'm saying to myself, back in the day, everyone paid attention. Now today, everyone just doesn't. Everyone's glued to the fucking phones, man. You look down, people want to crash into you. If you watch my video live streams lately, just me walking, you see people do this on purpose. Like, they literally still look down on their phone knowing that you should be paying attention. You know how many young teenagers today? Let me explain something. I'm black African American. I'm a Zambian, okay? I grew up, born right here in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. I lived in Forest Hills, Harlem, the Bronx, Queens. And then we went to, what, Canada, Japan, Korea, London, France, the Swa, Oslos, which is like Finland, for a DJ Testo event. Yeah, I stayed there for 3 weeks. I'm not going to discuss that. I was young and I was into DJ Tiesto. Yeah, because, ooh, he was the man, though. See? I got you guys prompted up here, sorry. But my point is, like, today these teenagers are not as friendly as what teenagers was back then. These teenagers now, I'm sorry to say, but you're wearing hoodies and ski masks and all black. You wonder why people are suspicious. And you're out here robbing people when you're not going to school. And then someone like me, an adult, tells that person you're not supposed to do so. You in the audience tell me, not my business. It is my business. I'm an adult. I pay taxes. It is my goddamn business. When you pay taxes in the city that you work and live in, you have every right to say to these teenagers, it's better it's better for them to go to school than be a gangbanger, because your friends don't care about you when you get locked up. When you get locked up, they're making fun of you, they're laughing at you, they're making jokes about you, they're saying you getting that dick in jail, you getting that shit twirled up in your booty. They know you got twisted. They're gonna make claims that you got twisted in jail, and that's what you get for wanting to be cool with the homies and wanting to do dumb stuff with the homies. Instead of doing the hard work and later on get rewarded. I don't understand that. And mind you might get rewarded when you are actually in the middle of your hard work. Because people, like for instance, when I was young here in New York City, when I was a kid, I used to pack grocery bags. You know? I saw these other rollerbladers do it, so I was like, oh, I could do that. I need some money. I'm not going to even tell my fucking parents. I'm just going to go to the market and like, excuse me, can I pack rent? They're like, yeah, they allow kids to do it, anyone. So then you have these cashiers, right? They're called cashiers, right? They would literally pick their favorite packer, like, oh, I want him. Like, yes. Because, you know, if you know how to pack very well and know how to separate items from items, they're like, yeah, I like you. You know? And mind you, sometimes I make like $25 a day. Sometimes $40, 50, 60. The maximum I ever made was $111 in one day. You guys will probably say, dang, you made that much? Yeah, and I was only fucking 12. 12 at the time, making more money than any other adult in the city. And that's why I said to myself when I was a kid, I want to fucking be someone. I saw the little kids. I saw the fucking Spanish and the French kids or the German bad kids in New York City and that foster home. They were really bad. They didn't want to do shit. They wanted to be gangbangers. They wanted to be just like America. So I said, okay, you be like America. Okay, while my black ass stay in school, I'm going to get an education. I'm going to try to get me a nice wife. And I didn't expect Asian wife. I expected a wife. Now people want to say I got this fetishization of Asian women. And I'm like, that's you. That's not me. That's what you think. But when you have a lot of Korean and Japanese surrounding around you, mixed with a little Espanol, like Puerto Rican and Dominican, you know, you gotta say, and mind you, you're black and you're hanging out with all these different cultures in your neighborhood, and you're just saying to yourself, like, this is me. You gotta to adapt. You gotta learn. But with that, tell everyone, I'm in one spot. I'm just like trying to get a sense of like my morning here because I've been having difficult times with my stomach, my health, been throwing up, and I gotta go fucking work. So I just want people to know I am appreciated with the people that know me. So I just want to make sure you know this is how you should never believe the bullshit on the BS that is on this, the BS that is brought to this channel. My name is Cake. Mind you, Keefe is my French real name. I changed that. So that's why you don't know me. Because everybody that knows me calls me Keefe. Even the rollerbladers do. That's when I know you don't know me. Even Yuki does it. My teachers do it. My professors does it. Oh, I found out your name is Keithy. That's a nice name. I was like, no, I like Keith. I like Keiki. I like those names. I don't like Keithy. Sounds feminine. No offense. Because how men say it, Keithy. I'm like, oh, chill with that. Sounding pretty soft there on the bass, bro. No. So, no, it's not because of that also. It's because, no. It was annoying. People never spelled it right. People never got it right. So it just makes sense to just, So that's when I know you don't know me. From this day on, I just reveal everything that you need to know. Because everyone, including my professors, including everyone, like Keefe. No one calls me Keiki or Panda. The Keefe. See? You don't know shit. You don't know. That's when I know. That's why me and Yuki was discussing. Like, he's lying. First he said he was from your past. These people claiming they did from my past, and then now turning the tables. This is why when we both read your emails, and someone else is reading your emails because we forward it to another agency, right? Because it's part of my case. They built up a case against these people. And these people think you cannot. Anonymous emails could be traced, ladies and gentlemen. It is difficult if you don't have the equipment and the hardware and the agency to do it. But I can guarantee you can trace an anonymous email, especially when the person is constantly, rapidly emailing without doing any security protocols while emailing. This person is just using the system without knowing the system. So yeah, it is possible, yes, it is very possible to track down anonymous emails. You can Google it, you can do your research yourself. It's based on how the person is knowledgeable about the computer science education. But this is why me, Yuki, and everyone else, when we share these emails, we saying like, this person is really an adolescent person. Sounds like a child. Like, yeah, it sounds like someone like under the age of 20. How are you recollecting about you when you don't even know the understanding of New York City? You don't live here, you don't work here, you don't pay taxes, you don't pay the 8.9% tax that most Americans pay. You don't pay the 40% tax that most LLC individuals have to pay. 40 fucking percent tax. And mind you, when someone has an LLC, the money they earn doesn't go back in their pockets. It doesn't go back into it has to go back into the business or to the rent that they need. Never goes to their personal pocket. Some people don't. Some people do it and financially go bankrupt because they didn't do the right thing. But I guarantee it, ladies and gentlemen, all this nonsense that's been BS that's been going on that I've been sharing, it's called awareness. Now, Phil told me I should stop sharing it. No, I should not. I get why he said. I agree with him, but no. I agree with him, but no. You heard what I just said, right? I agree with him, but no. Everybody needs to know what these people are doing on a daily basis. This is what they do. They say they got jobs, but they sit here early in the morning harassing me 10, 20 times a day. This is why I share the emails all the time. That is not just only rapidly stalking. Someone emails you, bothers you for no reason, no context on anything, just wants to bother you. That's called harassment to a felon degree. This is why I'm telling this person, you are doing alligated, what do they call it? Alligated? A little bit, I can never say that word, alligated. It's assault, and not assault, sorry, harassment, sorry, stalking, and a cybercrime too, because you're using an electronic device to intimidate. See, you got to know how the system, the justice system works here. This is why you're not very smart, and this is why I keep telling people, if you want to subscribe, you want to keep making fun of me, you want to dislike my videos. Mind you, there's not a dislike button anymore on YouTube, so you can't dislike my videos. Yeah, if you know, everybody noticed, there's not a dislike button anymore. So with that said, everyone, I don't care about the fucking subscription and the views. I don't give a shit about that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care. I want to speak to a community. This is why I do this. I didn't do this for, at the beginning when I was doing that old computer science and doing all that crazy stuff in the science lab and blowing up stuff, and yeah, I was looking for YouTube views. But this is my personal life. I'm looking for real people that understand real situations in real time. No sugarcoating all the nonsense, doogie booty bullshit that everybody wants to pretend they something. Come on, man. Everyone out here trying to be something they are not. Every morning you wake up and say, oh, I'm going to try to get it. No, go help someone. Go volunteer. Do something for your community. This is why earlier this week I had to tell a certain Mexican American, if he is, because he is a green card holder, I just found out, named Santiago, like, if you want to keep Abelin and Henry after what he did to us, and then you're not a friend at all. You don't support. That man tried to hurt someone with fire and a hot substance. Didn't try to hurt someone with a knife. You bugging, bro. You're bugging. You want to keep supporting him. You're bugging. I tried to support him. I fed him. Mind you, I understand what homelessness is like. It's not fun. It is a lonely and fucking tiring situation. It is scary. It is sleepless nights. It is harassment. It's abuse. It makes you cry. It makes you sad. It makes you feel like no one cares. Where's that family, that so-called family that said that's family? You see what I mean? That's what it comes to. Mental health. That's what I keep telling people. People keep denying that they don't have mental health problems. Everyone does in this goddamn city. We all have it. We lost someone, we feel pain, we feel sorry, we feel alone, we feel rejected. That's called mental health. That's called going through something. Bipolar, depression, it's all of that above. So with that said, everyone, I just want you guys to know I'm shooting on my new iPhone 16 Pro Max with my Maven filters. And I just want to have a moment with everyone, because everyone wants to make me seem like I'm not doing the right thing. But how can you say that when I've been living here on 47 years? And mind you, 47 years. You say I'm not doing the right thing? Think about what you just said. You want to complain about the last 4.5, 5 years of what I've been doing? But you never want to complain about those 40 other fucking years. This is why people, you make no sense when you argue with me about me. You have no right to argue about me. You have no recollection of anything about me. You do not have a history with me. You're just people from the internet that just don't like certain things. Well, take it with a grain of salt. You don't have to keep coming back here harassing, watching my videos, and trying to dislike my videos. That's called harassment. That means you don't have a job, you don't have an agenda, no girlfriend, no life, no one to love you, because this is what you do to people. You do that to your own family. Am I right, Mr. Goldstein? Mr. Goldstein recently was arrested in San Francisco for stealing, not for what harassing me, everybody. Yeah, Mr. Goldstein decided to go to the last Walgreens in fucking Fremont and steal. Yeah, I got the whole shenanigan police report. You know he was stealing, everybody. It wasn't food. It wasn't beer. No, you know what he was stealing? And it's so stupid. You want to really know? Razors. Razors. Fucking razors. You stealing a pack of razors. Why? Isn't razors like what? $1 in a store? One razor from the bodega or any corner. I know in San Francisco you guys don't have corner bodegas, but you do have corner stores. I know that because I lived on Geary Street in San Francisco. No, 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 I don't want to hear that shit. I live on San Paulo Street. I live in San Jose. No, 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 I don't want to hear that. Even in San Diego, you can go to a fucking little corner store and get a razor for $1. What are you stealing a fucking pack of razors for, bro? That's what he got arrested for, ladies and gentlemen. But this Mr. Goldstein also got everything caught up to him now. So now he's going to jail for that, which he's probably going to go to answer for that. But now he has that warrant for harassing me, like I said, and I didn't do all the work. Yuki and what's his face did the work for me. This is why I said, ladies and gentlemen, be careful how you. I want to say this for the record. Be careful next time how you insult my audience. Because that's what they do. That's what Yuki does. See, you don't know Yuki. See, if you knew me, you would know Yuki, you would know Sebastian, you would know Rufus. You don't know these people. But you don't know them because you never once in the last 3 years harassing me said these names. Until recently, I just said one name, her name. But you guys don't even know how to spell her real name correctly anyway. But I just want to put that on a record, ladies and gentlemen. This harassment, and I'm turning 48 in 16 days. 15 days, actually. I miswrote the title. 15 days, because today is the 25th. I guess you can call today, yeah. And today is a skate rollerblading event, and I purposely don't want to go to that. Because I supported it, and I don't care for it anymore. Because it shows you that people don't even care for you, bro. They want you to help them. See, Freddie wanted me to help him for 2 years in a row with that Brooklyn Blade comment. I did. Not only financially, a little bit, but also mentally and physically. But when it came down to supporting me and having all these rollerbladers, hey man, come to my house for a bit and show your support on the GoFundMe, because no one showed their support. That's why I said what I said. I ain't showing up. I'm not supporting. No more. You guys are very abusive. And Yuki was right. Leave the past in the past. So I got to leave you guys in the past. Sorry. That's how it is. That's how Jesus felt when he saw me at the barbecue, at the event. He showed up and like, yeah, I'm just showing up, just showing my respects real quick to Jay and his wife and Soho. That's it. I ain't come here and Zama for doing this tournament of power competition because, mind you, that's his money he's giving away. He didn't ask for no donations or anything like that. That's his money he's throwing away. He saved a year. Guys, if you see what he gave away, you'd be like, damn, he did all that with his own money, all his own money. Gave a nice you know how those WWC belts when you win a championship or a boxing match? Dude brought a fucking real live belt just for a skate competition. Then it gave the winner $1,000 and free prizes. And it had sponsorship on top of that. But guess what? He spent 90% of the money on the event. Dude, that's why he kept... I was like, wow. See, that's what you're supposed to do, Chris Page. See, Chris Page, ladies and gentlemen, he ran a skate giveaway called the ABC skate giveaway, whatever it was called. But it was more like the Jane Panda skate giveaway because we put the money towards it. He put no money towards anything. No food, no grill. He didn't, mind you, he didn't even reach out to the sponsors for all the free skates that we had to store in my storage. If you remember, we stored all those free skates in my storage unit, and I had to get another storage unit just for temporary, just to store the skates. And you guys also in the audience got 2 free skates. And someone here got free skates. So I just want to point out this is why we don't want their support. Because the rollerblades are nothing but, not all of them, but most of the people that I know, Yuki know, you all show your true colors, what you're capable of. You want support. You want people to support you, but you don't want to support the people that give you the support. Bet. Then you won't have my support anymore. With that, tell everyone, this is why I got to cut off ties. But like Yuki and I and Christina said, you don't know me. You're not even calling me by my real name. Because most people that know me long enough will call me by my real name. And that's why I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. See, that's how much I was forgetful of my own name. I almost forgot. You see that? I had other people to remind me, like, but we have smoking guns. What is your real name? Like, oh, yeah, you got a point. But asking one question, what school did you go to? Since these people say I'm from, because that's what one of these emails that I received with a threatened message said, I'm someone from your past. Really? Prove it. You still haven't proven anything. I'm giving away information, and you're using it as if you knew. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. These people are using the information that's already provided on YouTube, that I already provided, and it's going to say, "Oh, but blah blah." No, you don't know me. You're just reflecting on a past video that you saw. When you just responded to what I said previously to another video. You're only, mind you, repeating what I said. You're not repeating your words. This is why I said. And I left the FBI number on my post on my YouTube page. You see that, everybody? In the email? Did you see that, everybody? If you go to my YouTube post page, I left the FBI number. I told these haters, if you think I'm committing a crime so badly, then call that number and make sure you use your own evidence. You can't download my videos. You can't use my images because that's copyright infringement. That's when they can say, well, technically he can sue you now. Since you want to steal from him and steal his images, he has the right to sue you. But here's the thing. They're not going to do it because guess what? Because they are full of shit. So that's why I provided the FBI number for you guys. Call it. I want you to file a case against me. So I can definitely sue you for defamation. Go ahead. Be my guest. Since I'm giving you an opportunity now. If you think I'm committing any crime whatsoever right now, the FBI office is right there where World Trade Center is. It's right there. It's just train right away, bro. I can go there and surrender myself right now. If you think I am a criminal, you think me acting in the community is a crime. That's what you said. E-begging is a crime. No. Acting in the community to help you from time to time because you struggle now. But guess what? If you look back on any of my videos, everyone, I supported all of you for 40 fucking years. Think about that. This is why I said what I said earlier, not too long ago, what I said. I said, why don't you not talk about the 40 years that I accomplished? Why you got to talk about the last 5 years? That doesn't make sense. You're bitching about 5 years and what I've been doing and what's been going on. The world's changed after COVID. People are suffering after COVID. People's mindsets are different after COVID. I know my bank accounts got lighter after COVID. My life changed after COVID, after having a female, a companion of mine be a victim of hate crime in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You don't think I have any right to feel emotionally damaged? You saying that I should be bulletproof. I should not feel anything for anyone. I should not have a heart. Like you. You have no heart. So I should be like you. That's what you're telling me. I should not feel, have compassion, feel remorse, sorrow, lost, love, happiness. I should not feel those things. I should feel just like you. No heart. That's just selfish. But with that said, everyone, this is the world we live in today. People trying to be dictators of other people's lives, but they can't prove a single fucking straight up document that they got something good going for themselves better than me. But it doesn't matter if you have something better than me currently. What have you done in the past that you can say that you can literally put me out of my place? Because mind you, I live in different states and different cities, contributing, volunteering, like Portland, like Seattle. When I was in Seattle, I worked with the organization 501c3 called Seattle's for the homeless and for the houseless, for everyone. That was an organization where people go take fucking showers. I spend my own time to volunteer to sign up so I can help spend 6 hours of my fucking day to help men shower, because without volunteers, that place can't open. These men and women can't get showers. I did it because it was just the right thing to do. On top of that, I worked. Then when I moved to fucking Portland, it's the same thing. Doing the right to dream, the right to survive, working with the city, working with Portland. And people, mind you, no one wants to talk about those videos. Oh, Panda was doing that crazy. Yo, you gave away, yeah, $6,000, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, in sleeping bags. Yeah, $6,000. You can watch all of my Right to Dream too. I actually have a documentary video. This is why, if you go to my website, you see why I was invited to these film festivals. I was documenting all this stuff. It was a great moment in my life. Not only that I was skilled at multiple things, I was multitasking. I was earning an income from 3 different incomes at one point. But no one wants to talk about that good life. But everyone wants to talk about, oh, you got disowned by your Asian family, and that's why you don't have any money. And I'm like, what did I just say? What they did was righteous? You think what they did was righteous? Tried to fucking convert me into something that I'm not. I am black, proud and loving it. I'm not Asian, but I love my Asian people. But you can't sit here and have me become something that I don't want to become. I don't want to be a fucking doctor. I don't want to be that. I want to be something that I want people to recognize me for. Yes, a doctor in the country of Japan, I'd probably be recognized for it. But how many black doctors are actually working in Japan? Not very many. And not many of them getting the great patients that they receive, because not many Japanese people trust. Let's be honest. There's still racism in the world. And right now, with the way tourism in Japan is going right now, Japan hates America. And the UK, all these damn RIL streamers coming into the country, causing all this mayhem and disrespecting the rules and disrespecting recording without consent. You're not supposed to record inside a 7-Eleven. You can record outside the 7-Eleven, but you can't record inside the 7-Eleven unless you have permission. You always have to ask permission first in Japan. You always have to. It's not a one consent state or country. Even if you're walking down the street, you are allowed to live stream, but you can't force your camera into people's faces. You can't do that in Japan. You cannot. I know the laws when I was living there. Come on, man. I show my respect and solidarity. Why can't you do the same? But I'm asking this audience, why can't you do the same for me? Respect the fact that, like, I'm doing the best I can after what I went through. I had to go get my face fixed. You see what my face looked like, everybody? I'm looking like freaking looking like Frankenstein. Burned skin. Couldn't see out one eye in 2021. You know how much money I spent financially on medical bills for that during the pandemic? If you wanted to see a doctor, listen, you do money at these doctors, they fucking take you. That's what happened. Oh yeah, you guys didn't realize that. You threw money at them, they took you. You threw no money at them, they won't take you. And you wonder why he was like, hey, how can I get a fucking doctor doing a fucking dependent? He went to 3 hospitals in 3 different states. Went to Milwaukee, he went from Wisconsin to New York, Mount Sinai to Boston Medical Care. How? Money. Money. Throw money at them. Oh yeah, you be my patient. Come here. Yeah. Money. Like I said, everyone. And it still took me another year to recover on my face and my eye. So don't give me, listen, I don't care what you have to say against me anymore, because it's already out there. You don't know me, and everybody knows every time you email me, it's just full of shit. This is why I forward your emails to someone else. Like, look, another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And that's what they keep asking me. Like, how many times a day these people keep emailing me? It could be 20, 30, 40 times a day. It could be one person pretending to be someone else. He's just trying to make it seem like he's a different person. Yeah, it seems like, because it's just obvious that this person is doing that. It's one, mind you, it's just not one person, it's many. But they want to complain about me getting a new phone. But guess what? I didn't buy the phone though. Well, technically I did, but technically it wasn't my money in the beginning. Dumbass. It wasn't my money to begin with. People complaining that I got a new phone like I don't deserve a fucking new phone. Saying there was nothing wrong with my iPhone 14 Pro. Yes, there was. Everyone could show you the screenshot. Dude, that battery was at 70%. You're really pushing that shit to a point where, like, yeah, you wonder why you having performance issues on that phone. Because that's how Apple designed it. It's not how I designed it. It's how Apple designed it. This is why you don't put 2 and 2 together. You're not so smart. Apple designed that phone to say, hey, if that battery ever hits below 80, give the warning sign. But if it ever does anything below 77 to 75, throttle the phone. This is why I say, right now, this live stream is 1080p 60. If I was to live stream on my iPhone 14 Pro, I was live streaming on 14, mind you, 1080p 60, until they throttle my phone because of my battery issues. But it's not just battery issues. It was time to upgrade anyway. Wasn't it? Because the iPhone 14 still had the Lightning port. And mind you, Apple is not supporting the Lightning port anymore as they was once. That accessory of dongles is no longer a thing anymore now. Now it's just Type-C. Everything's Type-C, which it should have been in the first place. But Apple wanted to be Apple. They wanted to do their own thing. They wanted to have their own proprietary port. But look what that cost them. It gave them millions and billions of dollars. But at the end of the day, you had governments telling you, hey, you got to do something about that Lightning port. That's like, that's not even redundant anymore. That's like going back to micro USB. That's like micro USB speed. So take it with a grain of salt, everyone. I received a gift. Basically, it was a gift. I guess you could call it an early birthday gift. And people in the audience like, you don't deserve the phone. People are complaining about it. Literally. I'm serious. You don't deserve that phone. You don't deserve, you got rent to pay. Like, of course I got rent. That's why I got a fucking job. And even that's not barely paying the rent in this city. Mind you, if I had this job in Madison, Wisconsin, oh, that shit would pay the fucking rent. No problem, easy. Mind you, I could get one bedroom for like what? $1,400, $1,300? Yeah, I could get a one bedroom for like $1,300, $1,400 in Madison. No problem. But anyway, folks, just want to share, just want to talk. I'm also excited to use this gimbal with my new iPhone 16 Pro Max. I got a 1 terabyte titanium. I like the titanium, everybody. But this is what I discovered about my iPhone 16 Pro Max purchase. A lot of people think I made the best choice compared to the iPhone 17 Pro because they were comparing cameras. Yes, the 16 Pro actually does good in some areas better than the 17 Pro in camera. But when it comes down to video quality, I think it just steps it up a little bit more. Just to say, even though the iPhone 16 Pro does have 4K 120 Dolby sound recorded, which is great for that slow mode. But listen, people are telling me that I make the right choice. Even my ex is telling me, you made the right choice, man. I think you made a good choice. That iPhone 16 Pro Max 1TB was a good find. Yes, you could probably find the iPhone 16 Pro Max like a 512 or a 126 for about $800, $900. But a 1TB, you're not going to find that for under $1,000. You're not going to find that for $1,000. Under $1,000. No, you're not. No. Maybe like $1,200. Because, mind you, storage capacity now is so expensive. A 1TB hard drive is going for what? $300 these days? Because of the shortage? So, yeah, it's expensive. This is why you're really actually paying for that storage space. So, keep that in mind. And I did my research, and I compared the iPhone 17 Pro Max versus 16. Dude, I'm not that far off from 17 Pro Max. I'm not. But the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max that's coming out, it's gonna have its own aperture blades. That's why the bump is going to be a little bit bigger this year. Yes, iPhone 18 Pro is coming with an aperture blade where you could control how much light you want into your shot now. Yeah, just like a real camera. You know, like the shutter. I mean, I'm sorry, not the shutter. The f-stop. So basically, f-stop is where you take the camera's blades and you open it up for more light, or you close it for less light. That's what they're going to put in the iPhone 18 Pro Max, and a new sensor to go with it, or approved sensor to go with it, to maximize all the features. So, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, got one more week, and mind you, got to pay rent at the end of the week too. So, and I'm going to be short on my rent regardless. So, yeah, I got my friends and ex is going to, Yuki's going to be helping me with that. But you see how the support I get from people that actually know who I am? They know the struggle. They know exactly who I am. This is why it's like, yeah, Patty, you kind of made a mistake coming back to New York. You should have stayed from New York. Once you're in New York, it's kind of like, it's not hard for me to get out. You just got to have enough money to get out. That's the financial problem. You got to have money to leave. If you don't have money to leave, yeah, that means you got to take your stuff and transport your stuff. I don't have much stuff, but I'm going to at least have to transport my stuff some way. I might have to get rid of some stuff. Who knows? Look at this guy coming in. And touchdown. Smooth landings. But anyway, folks, if you guys want to support the channel financially to help me with my... Because right now I'm in debt. I got to pay off bills, too. Yeah. I got to pay off a fucking hospital bill. This is why I'm like... I don't tell everyone my business, but Yuki and everyone else knows. It's very obvious out there that, like, this city ain't free, man. There's no services here for free. Trust me, no bus service, no free groceries. Bad enough we having a difficult time with groceries. Mind you, two of the community refrigerators that I normally go to are now shut down because one of the businesses closed down, and the other it's just like people don't donate it to it, and because either that business is keep. I caught them a few times blocking accessibility to the fridge where you don't even see the fridge because they got all these goddamn bags in front of the fridge where the fridge is you can't see it during the day. So yeah, we have to yeah, everyone. So that refrigerator got relocated as well. We're trying to relocate it because it barely gets food in there, and that was my source of like saving money too, you know, with One Love community refrigerators. But now they are having a difficult time getting people to host a community refrigerator. Just host. We just want you to host. We pay for electricity, we pay for the trash, the cleanup, whatever mess is there, but there is going to be a mess because homeless people are just messy sometimes, and they don't really have the most gentle hygiene there is. But yeah, and right now I'm running low on food too right now. So yeah, I've been eating normally, but I mean also having difficulties with my stomach. So with that said, everyone, have a good weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and I hope everyone has a good one, better than mine, because I'm not sure I'm going to have a good birthday either, because I'm not going to have no money for my birthday. I'm not going to treat myself on my birthday, because last time, what I did on my birthday, I went to my old Japanese job. Almost dropped this in the water. Almost dropped this mic in the water. That would have been so sad. What I did was I went to my old Japanese place and just had dinner by myself. I know it's a sad birthday dinner, but at least I did something, you know? But it would be great to do something this morning for, like, because, like I said, I'm running low on food myself. So, and, like, I wanted to go to this food pantry in Astoria, but I don't have time. I need to bring the cart. But I also been having knee problems, too. And, I was trying to fix that fucking bike, but it's useless because that metal. See, the bike that I bought on Amazon, that me and Michael Collins bought, here's the problem with that bike. It got rusted in the rain. And we realized that, mind you, not just me, someone else realized that. And the bike shop was like, yo, where this bike came from? We looking at the bike. We realized the bike metal is so thin that they never put an anodizing coat on it. No, they did not even put an iron. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, for order to you to have a rustless steel, you're supposed to coat it and dip it and coat it for about, yeah, special coating for the metal, right? They never dipped it in there. And not only that, the measurements for the pipe was even thinner than I expected because one of the things, it looks like it's about to crack and break. Oh, see, right now my stomach's hurting. See? You see what I mean? I feel like I want to throw up. Oh. Sorry, everyone. That's my stomach. Ever since surgery, man. It's been a pain in the ass. It feels like I'm sick. Like I'm about to throw up. Oh my goodness. This is like the fucking worst feeling, man. Yeah, it just feels very awful. It comes and goes. Ugh. Yeah, everyone, that's what happens when you probably don't take care of yourself when you're supposed to during the winter. Because mind you, let me remind everyone, when I was released from the hospital, I had no place to live. They wanted me to go to a hotel. I did, but that was too expensive, so I ended up sleeping outside for 10 days. Before Michael Collins and Phil, I think it was, helped me with, well, it's Michael and Yuki and I think it was Phil. I need to double check. Well, one of you guys were helping me try to make up the difference from that place I was staying at, that brownstone. Now brownstone was too expensive. The regular rent for that place was like $3,000 a month. That shit is expensive. Yeah, yeah. So if you guys remember that brownstone, it was a really nice brownstone, but that woman did not want to be part of the SWAT situation. She did not want to be part of that SWAT situation. So, ladies and gentlemen, we end up moving out of that place to go into a hotel. Because, like, we got swatted, and then, yeah. The problem, like I said, first, we got out of the hospital 10 days. We got that place for like 2 months. And then after that, things got out of hand with this whole swatting and doxing bullshit with these idiots on the internet. You come online to harass someone. Like, you're using a tool to commit a crime. Just give you guys context on that. So, it's been a difficult fucking year, man, financially. And mind you, that money was supposed to be me saving that money up for winter, this winter coming up. Now, I'm in my negative. See, Joshua Jones cost me money when I had to hire that attorney for that bullshit arrest that, mind you, even the courts apologized for it. Like, yeah, we just wasted your time. I apologize. There's no significant evidence that you actually committed a crime. And I was like, what crime? It's like, here's evidence of this. Boom. Video coverage of everything. CCTV of Joshua Jones assaulting me. Him trying to rob me. And that's why I was like, he said these things that I did to him, but in reality, he did this to me. And there you go. And now everyone wants to say, oh, we apologize, yeah, Panda. I haven't seen Joshua. Mind you, Greenpoint has been looking for him. People in Greenpoint, because he also did something to Bob. Bob is another photographer in Greenpoint. He does these matchmaking portrait hookup things. He was on TV and stuff like that. And he robbed Bob. He stole from Bob. Mind you, he said, go over Bob's circle, eat his food, drink his drinks, and hang out with his girlfriend. And he stole, basically, I think he stole from Bob and his girlfriend. If Bob is still with that other young lady, but I don't know. Oh, snap. I realized I had the camera facing. But, yeah, I don't like when people are in my videos, especially children. Yeah, because mind you, I don't allow kids in my videos because, mind you, I don't have the documents to say consent form. So if this person later on says, hey, man, my child was in your video, well, you were in my video because I was in that. So, yeah, technically, no, I'm not violating your private space because that's what sometimes, and that's what happened sometime in the past, too, here in New York City. And they just got rejected. They claim got rejected by the courts. Can't do that, man. Can't sit here and say, like, you got to blur that out. Like, no. You knew exactly what I was doing before I walked up here. I just want to make sure that because it has happened before. And their claims got rejected. So, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, man, I hope my stomach doesn't act up today. But then again, like, I'm trying to, like I said, run low on food. So, I am trying to conserve now. So, but we're going to have to see at the end of the week because payday is coming up on Friday and rent is due on the 31st. So, and see how much money I have left over for groceries, but I don't think I'm going to have enough. But I wish food pantries open at 6 o'clock in the morning. That would be great. If they open at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, I would have time to go. But they don't want to fucking open at fucking 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. Or on the weekends at all. They don't want to open on Saturdays, Sundays, or Mondays for some reason in New York City. I don't know what is the deal with that. You guys should be open 6 days a week. I don't get it. Because I remember food pantry used to be open 6 days a week here in New York City. And one of those food pantries was, what is that, the church in Harlem on the west side near Columbia. They don't do that anymore. They don't do it anymore. If you're an old school New Yorker, you lived in Harlem back then, you lived on Columbus Avenue, you would know that was the place to go. But now they don't even do it no more.
Why? I have no idea. The city's like, nah, you people don't deserve food. But then again, you got secondhand harvest that's taking over most of everything. But do they distribute the food in the right way? I don't think so. In my opinion, they might do a good job and trying to get food off the streets. But can you explain why New York is still wasted 2.1 billion tons of food last year? See, New York is just waste 2.1 billion tons of food last year. So it's secondhand harvest. Are they even doing anything? Because what I see is they pick up from the Utopia Bagels all the time, right? And I reached out to Utopia Bagels. I said, listen, guys, I got a direct source to community refrigerators. It's called One Love. All right? We have community refrigerators in Seattle. We have some here in New York City. Why don't you donate that directly to the people instead of do a process system, which that does happen. They go through a process system. And then here's the thing. When I used to volunteer in Portland for that agency, right? And people would sign up. You could take anything you want. Yeah, they were like, oh, if you want anything, you could grab a bag and take whatever you want, and then we can start the procedure. Yeah, you can take anything you want. I'm like, wait, I can take anything I want? You know how many people were grabbing the good stuff and leaving you the bad stuff? That was a thing. That's why I said I know that was a thing. So, and that food, most of the time, went to potluck in the park. If anybody noticed that on Southwest 4th, 4th, what was that, Southwest 4th? No, Southwest 6th. And, Geisen? Yeah, that's near the library. If you lived in Portland, Oregon, you would know. Because everybody loved potluck in the park. I was a supervisor for that damn thing. Dude, it's like Thanksgiving every other 2 Sundays. It's basically Thanksgiving, but a big ass feast of a table. The entire park has food. You can get from turkey, breast, roast. You can get a fucking brisket. We had a brisket. We had everything. Cake, ice cream. Dude, it was the best volunteer I ever. Dude, the best 2 years of volunteering because I wasn't living in Portland too long, but that summer I came back to volunteer for an entire summer and stayed in Portland for that summer. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I would do it again. I fucking volunteered for Potluck in the Park. Yeah, you could Google it too. Potluck in the Park, Portland, Oregon. Please do it. And I guarantee you guys will be like, damn, Panda, you're right. They got mad food. I'm telling you, food for days. Mind you, if you are hungry, you can take one plate, eat that plate, come back for seconds, thirds, fourth. You can keep coming back as many times your stomach can. Mind you, if you practicing for an eating contest, this is the best way. Dude, I missed fucking volunteering for that organization. I wish they had something like that here, but guess what? In order for you to do it here, you got to get a permit. Well, you do get a permit in Portland and stuff like that, but the cops fuck with you. The police, parks just recently gave tickets to, mind you, people feeding other people. I'm saying, what's the difference in barbecuing? You're feeding family and friends. It's the same thing. Like, but these are homeless people. It's like, so now you're being discriminatory. Okay, officer. That's it. Yeah, you can't take that back now. It's on camera. Fucking dumb dumb. That's discriminatory, man. You saying that the homeless man doesn't have, or that woman doesn't have a right to eat the same food that me or these people surrounding me don't. Mind you, imagine it's three of us right now on this dock. Imagine we were having a barbecue, right? And then some homeless guy just comes up and say, hey, man, that shit smell good, bro. I'm not mean to invade, but, man, can I get a burger? I'm like, sure. And then they come up here and say, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, really? But I can give you a burger. Yes. I'm like, oh. But I can give you a burger, but I can't give him a burger. That's fucked up. That's what they did last time. Gave these people a ticket. And guess what? They went to court and they won. Yeah. Good job, Parks. How about you just do me a favor, Parks? Instead of sending conservators on the streets in Long Island City and Brooklyn and Williamsburg asking us for more money, how about you just clean the fucking parks on time? Like the skate park, like Blue Park or McLaren Park, because you never clean it because I always clean it. There's video evidence of me cleaning that shit almost every morning for the last 3 years. No way. You can't claim that. Even the dog shit. that the neighbors left over there. That was viral, and they know. That's why they starting to pop up there. The enforcers. They're like, "Hey Panda," I'm like, "No, hey Panda, me." No, you guys messed up. You guys are put. You guys got put on the spot. You guys don't clean. You favor one park. You give a ticket to another park. Think about it. If you go to Murray's Park in Long Island City, right, and you live in right across the street from that park, and you want to just drink with your buddies or your neighbors, they give you a ticket. But you go to McLaren Park, they don't give you a ticket. They allow you to drink there. So I said, parks, why do you favor one park, but you police another? But you don't police Queensboro Park because those ghetto niggas over there will fuck your shit up. Come on, man. They don't do that over there, but they do it to the smaller parks with the. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Because like old man got a ticket. He lived right across the street. He's been living there for 47 years, and he's been drinking in that park for probably 47 years, and he's never got a ticket until now. This is why I'm like, yeah, something ain't right, man. They don't clean certain parks. They favor certain parks. So I'm like, okay, why don't they clean the park? Okay, that's just weird. Like Justice Gilbert Martinez Park. You know why they don't? They don't clean that park all the time because they know all the junkies and crackheads go there. And you wonder why that park doesn't get cleaned all the time. And now they started to try to clean it. Well, because guess what? They're now trying to clean it for? Because they're going to build the luxury condominium right next door. Oh yeah, the word's getting out that that neighborhood is, mind you, that's East Williamsburg. That's not Bushwick. Bushwick is when you pass Bushwick Avenue and Flushing, and past Flushing, that is Bushwick. People can say, "Oh no, you live near the theater, right? You live on Morgan Avenue. That's East Williamsburg. You live next to Netflix Studio, right? That's East Williamsburg, fucker." Come on, man. I'm fucking Brooklyn. I'm born and raised here. I know Brooklyn. No way you're going to tell me what that is. No. So with that said, everyone, no way, man. When someone trying to educate me about New York City, I'm like, okay. And I ask them, what do you know about New York? You know what about New York's earthquakes? How many earthquakes did New York received? When I talk about the Harlem Fault, people are like, Harlem Fault? What's that? I'm like, oh, but you said you were born and raised here. I didn't say that, bro. I said I lived here for about 15, 13 years. Oh, you never knew that? Wait. Harlem has a fault, everyone, just like San Francisco does. It's called the Harlem Fault on the 125th. What do you think in that area right there? If New York City was to receive an earthquake, Harlem would be fucked. Not just Harlem, but New York in general. This whole East Coast will be fucked. So it's dormant right now. That front is dormant. Don't sleep on it in New York. But guess what? In recent last couple 3 years, New York has receiving these very ransom tremors. Sometimes 3.1, 2.8, 3 point, yeah, tremors, vibration, especially in New Jersey. So again, I say this for the record. New York City is not prepared for another hurricane. Because you guys can't even deal with the fucking the rainstorms. Excuse my language. Recently, it's been raining randomly at night, thunderstorms, and pouring down rain. And mind you, Queens, Bronx, some parts of Staten Island, some parts of Brooklyn have been getting so super flooded that in Woodside alone in Queens, just the other day, received 3 feet of rain. The rain was up to someone's waist. And what was that? 46th Avenue? If I recall on Woodside, it was up to someone's freaking, oh my God, waistband, like literally to the waist. New York City is not prepared for another flood or another hurricane. It's not even prepared for another earthquake. It's not even prepared for earthquakes. I want to ask New Yorkers, how many people are actually receiving or do have flood and earthquake insurance in New York City? I'm pretty sure not all of you have it. Now, I guarantee only probably 10% of you have it. Because you think, earthquake, New York City is not going to get an earthquake. I bet you will. I will bet money on that. Matter of fact, I bet money right now. I bet my rest of my life on it. You, New York City, will receive the earthquake so badly that it's going to cripple New York City for at least 6 months. Subway systems are going to be ruined, might collapse, tunnels will break, train tracks will be, yeah. So when there's an earthquake, ladies and gentlemen, don't ever be in the subway. You're like, but it's the safest bet. Is it? Is it? Tunnels, earthquakes. I don't think anywhere is safe. Unless you're up in the sky flying at the moment. Let's say you skydiving, that should happen. I mean, while you skydiving, you're looking above. Why? You're like, what the hell's going on? Why is that smoking? Or let's say you're in the. Let's say for that moment, you are in that helicopter where it goes around Manhattan, so you can take photographs. And it happens at that moment. That's the only safe way you're going to be safe in the air. You're not going to be safe anywhere. Come on. I know this for a fact. Watching all the rainstorms happen in New York City, ladies and gentlemen, I just realized, like, the floods, no. And look at the subway. The subway got demobilized for 6 hours because there was so much rain. In Long Island City, and I wasn't there for it, they're doing some construction on the subway line to build an elevator, right? That also collapsed, and the whole subway system got flooded. So there was no e-service for the rest of the day. Like I said, New York City's not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. You're not ready for it. No one's ready for it. So take it with a grain of salt, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. And I want to say thank you to Yuki, man. Yo, guys. Yuki, thanks. Phil, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah. Sabrina, thanks. Alicia, thanks. You guys have been trying to help me recently. Michael, everyone that's supported, thank you. Because I'm pretty sure, even with my job, I probably wouldn't have made it in certain areas. Think about it. If it wasn't for your support, I probably wouldn't be in this situation. Because my plan was, ladies and gentlemen, to sleep outside this summer. Because look at how beautiful it is. Yeah, the rainstorms, you might want to go in a hostel for a day. So we spend money for a day in a hostel. But that was the plan. But now we can't go back to the hostel because we kind of pissed off you in the audience pissed off the owner that he had to hire someone to do it. Yeah, I'm telling you, you pissed off that guy. Yo, mind you, I just talked to him. He's like, I'm mad, I'm upset because you don't threaten my business, my wife, my kids. You don't threaten my livelihood. Yeah, you don't threaten a Jewish man's livelihood. Don't do that, bro. That's stupid. He's a good man, and you just threaten his wife. Yeah, my audience, you threaten his wife and his child. That's pretty fucked up, man. All for that for to swat me and dox me and get me kicked out. You did all that. I hope you're proud of yourselves. Threatening an innocent man. Putting other people at risk. That's how arrogant you are. You're not smart. If you did that, you're not smart. That's why I keep telling you, you're not smart. You just put people at risk for no reason, for your own entertainment. You're not smart. Stop claiming that you're a fucking entrepreneur. You're the one that claims all this nonsense, but you dropped out of high school. Nah, anyone that dropped out of high school is a fucking idiot. Should stay your ass in school because obviously you can't spell, you can't write a proper grammar sentence. You always capping, and we know who you are. It's hilarious that you continue to do this, and that's why we're like, okay, just build the case for the emails. But to threaten an innocent man that's housing me, that you had no business doing that, bro. I hope it comes down to he catches you and he sues you for for harassing him. Yeah, and could could jeopardize his business. Like you said, you don't care about those people. You don't care about me. You just want to fucking see me suffer. That's how miserable you are. With that said, everyone, yeah, it cost me money out there. Mind you, that money was supposed to be for this winter. Guys, I could have literally have 6 grand in my fucking savings right now. I swear to you, I could have fucking 6 grand in my fucking savings right now. If it was for that Joshua Jones and these fucking idiots on the internet, and they're fucking going to hotel to hotel. Oh my goodness, I could have had money in my fucking savings right now for winter. Because winter is going to be fucking brutal. We are going to need all the rent money we can get. Right, Yuki? I should just fucking just like stop staying at this place I'm paying once a month and just take the last month. Listen, I got August, September, and October. I got 3 months. I should just sleep outside for 3 into November, save up that money like I did last time, because that's what we did last time. It was for housing. But guess what happened? Like I said, everyone, we ran into an issue on January 2nd, 2026 with Joshua Jones. Violating my constitutional right. And mind you, you're a bum. He's a bum. Talking about how you talk. I could talk shit about anybody I want. You're the reason why Greenpoint removed the community refrigerator, dummy. That's why there's no more homeless sitting over there anymore. There's no more homeless feeding. Mind you, guys, do you remember that video when I put all that sushi in that refrigerator and that woman tried to take it, her suitcase, and stuff all that food that I donate? Mind you, all of the sushi that One Love prepared. She tried to steal it and try to resell it on 14th Street between 1st Avenue and Avenue A. That's what she does. And you telling me that's not my business? That is my business. One Love, we spent the whole entire morning making those things. It is our business. We had extras, so we wanted to give out to the extra community refrigerators. So we went to that community refrigerator, and guess what happened? But the point is, on January 2nd, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Jones assaulted me, right? I went to jail for a misdemeanor assault for using pepper spray. Because he put his hands on me. This is why I said earlier, we got the CCTV camera and the doorbell camera. It showed otherwise. This is why the court apologized. False arrest. That shit cost me 4 grand. I literally had to, oh my goodness, had to take extra money out from the Cash App. I owe Cash App. Imagine if that didn't happen. I would still have money. I wouldn't complain about me getting housing at that time, right after surgery. Oh, people need to do the math, man. I could have had money in that savings for winter, man. Because I'm going to need at least 12 grand. Mind you, why 12 grand? Because, on average, mind you, bi-weekly. I don't get paid every week. Every 2 weeks I get paid, everyone. Right? And it only totals up to about $1,900 to, well, after taxes and everything, shit. I get back what? In total for those 2 weeks, I get $800 on one check and $800 here. That on average, maybe. Fuck, $900 every 2 weeks. Like, dude, I made more money than that in fucking photography in a fucking week. But here's the problem: I don't have my camera equipment. I got robbed in 2021, remember? They took all the fucking camera equipment. I don't have a portrait lens. I don't have a telephoto lens anymore. I don't even have a decent micro lens anymore. I don't have a flexible wide angle, a wide zoom lens. I don't have that anymore. I don't even have my Sony bodies. Guys, they took everything that day. On that, dude, that was the most worst day in New York history for me. Got robbed for my passports, my daughter's ashes, all my clothes, my fucking attire, my camera equipment. That's bullshit. New York City is nonsense, man. That's why I'm always mad. Got all these police here, but no one wants to police anything. So with that said, I apologize I'm ranting, but I need that gear, man. I really need that gear to get work. I can't just go to anyone and say, yeah, that's why I turn people down. Like, I don't have the lenses for what I can. I don't have portrait lenses. I would like to take portraits again. That's the easy making money, man. I charge $150 for 2 portraits shots. Yes, because my average is $300. I'm sorry, everyone. My average is 5 shots, $500. You don't believe me? Look at my work on my Instagram. Look at my portraits. The models I used to work with. Now, you're paying me $1. Because, mind you, I'm a good retoucher. I'm not some amateur. I want to get back into shooting portraits to make money. But I don't have the lenses for it. And honestly, my bodies are old and they're starting to wear and tear. Because I put them to their use for the last, 3 years. 4 years, actually. Because I brought them used from B&H. Used Canon cameras for under $300. Mind you, I had Canon, Nikon, and Sony, and a Pentax, and a Micro Four Thirds camera. And they took it all. I really need that gear back, man. I need to make money. Because this job is not cutting my rent. Again, mind you, I need to buy groceries this week. Because I'm running low. Because, mind you, I have been eating 3 times. But still having these issues with my stomach. And I need to find a solution to this, man. Do I need to get surgery again, or what's going on, man? Am I going to be living with this the rest of my life? Someone tell me something by now. I know the doctors told me I need to be patient and it would probably go away, but nah, this is not going away anytime soon, man. It's not. It's getting worse. So, I'm going to get out of here, everyone. See ya.